Hi, this is David Odell with Odell Complete Concrete. This is the first day we've been on this job. A matter of fact, we didn't even look at it to give an estimate on this one. This was all by pictures and emails, and we arrived here and we were in for a shocker. So I don't recommend doing that by pictures and emails. It's best to go out there to the job and take a look at it firsthand, because you may not get the accurate measurements or anything like that. So it's better to go out there unless you're really confident whoever you're talking with knows how to use the measuring tape and everything. So anyway, what we did here, we arrived at job site. We had a pallet of ready mixed concrete on board. We're ready to knock this thing out, and a pallet is approximately 1 yard of the pre-mixed concrete. We got here, looked at it, and I went, wow, this is about 2.5 yards. So what we had to do is unload. I did take the ready mixed concrete back to the Lowe's. Then I had to order a concrete truck to come on site, and we did all this in one day. We're still able to accomplish everything in one day. We weren't really set up 100% for this, but we got it done. Fortunately, I have everything on board all the time. Anyway, it turns out to be initially we were thinking 20 feet by 3 foot. It turned out being 5 feet by 35 feet. So we started digging this dirt out. The concrete coming out of that gate seemed like the water had been puddling there for a long time. So when we arrived, there was water sitting there, and it hadn't rained or anything in quite some time. So definitely a water issue back there, and that's why I had to cut that concrete back, because it kind of dropped off, and then it also had a little swell in that old concrete. So I just cut out the humps and dips of the old concrete, and then I went with a straight grade slope. Because if I didn't cut that concrete back, we would have been down in this dirt area probably another good 2 inches deeper, which would put us way below the driveway when we got to the end. So we had to cut those dips out of the existing first. We ran into a sprinkler as well here. We had to cap that off. Then we pressure tested everything to make sure we didn't have any leaks underground. We ended up getting concrete. It was a really late notice on my part ordering the concrete, but I still was able to get concrete at 12 o'clock, and I called it in about 7:30 a.m. And this was on a Friday, by the way, which, most concrete companies, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it done that quick. You're looking at probably, if you're lucky, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock pour, maybe not even any pour on that late of notice. But I use Bender concrete, and they get it, when you want it, and you get it when they say it's going to be there, which is nice. So we got the form set up, and I just used a little 4-foot level on that form. I just wanted to make sure it was sloping towards the street. So I didn't want the water to accumulate at that side garage door there again. So the main thing on this, you just want to make sure that your form is lower than the concrete you're joining to. If you have that, if you have that 2x4 is lower than the other concrete, then you know it's going to drain. Here's the chalk line here. I use a red chalk line because it's hard to get it off, so you can still wash everything down and you'll still have a line there. Had you used a blue, you would have had a problem. But look at that little 3-inch drain pipe I put around that little sleeve, so the concrete's not wrapped around that gas line, just in case we get a little ground movement. Could be earthquake, who knows. but that'll give it a little bit of space to move around there without snapping off. We're just going to use, we're not going to put any rebar in this. We're going to use the big rock, and we're using a 3000 psi 1 inch minus aggregate mix, and also we got some microfiber in here. And we don't need the rebar with this particular mix design. I mean, it's, you can put it in there, but you know, when you get the big rock, it's a lot less likely to crack than your pea gravel. So you don't really need the rebar or fiber for that matter, but I put the fiber in there anyway. Normally we like to pump them, but this was towards the front. It was a small job, so we wheeled it out. This particular project's all completed in one day. I even stripped the forms on this one. Turned into a little bit longer day than we're used to doing, but we still got it all done. So this little turn at the end lines up with the other sidewalk on the other side of the driveway. So they kind of match up. So I had my son, he started out, he rodded this one off. This is his first rod job. I think he's been practicing it on and off for quite a while. Steadily for about a year though. So he just started rodding this one. Did a pretty good job too. And now we got a couple. It takes about a year, so we're at a year for my two rookies, and they're getting pretty good at this, so they can trowel it, kneeboard it. So that's about how long it takes, about a year practice. I mean, to make it look good. I mean, you can lay this stuff down on our first day, but it may not look as good as, you know, the way I like it to look. But it's definitely usable. Also, what we're doing here is this is going to be one of our first little vlogs. My other son's going to be doing some of the vlogging. We're going to kind of be taking turns talking about specific things as we go through each project. And the vlogs are going to be linked to the main voiceover video. And we're going to have the vlogs in order of sequence. So if you want to like jump back and forth on a specific thing, you can go to vlog 1. They're going to be titled the same. The vlog will have the same title. The only difference is it'll say have a vlog in the title as well. Then they'll also be numbered 1 through whatever 10, how many vlogs we did that day. That way you can go to where you want relatively easily, depending on time frame you're looking at. We've vlogged a few different things, like the going to Lowe's in the morning, going here, going there, going to the dump. Which was nice about this late pour, I was able to go to the dump, unload, come back to the job. Well, I actually went to the dump, dumped the dirt, grass. We had about 2.5 tons of debris we pulled out of here because it was, you know, kind of high, raised up. Then we went and ate, came back to the job, and then concrete arrived. So the timing was pretty good. My son bought a couple of new trowels, and he kind of breaking them in on this job. They don't work quite as nicely as one that you've broken in for 3 or 4 months. So you gotta be patient with a new trowel. until you break it in. And if you're going to only use it once or twice, you might be able to find one pre-broken at a pawn shop or Craigslist or something. So we got all the wet cut joints in this one. We've got the forms out. So this is a completed in one day. No looking back. However, we may do the backyard, come to think of it. I just remembered that I still gotta give a price on that backyard addition. It's a patio addition, about twice as big as this one. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. If you like it, subscribe, and if you want to see the latest and greatest as they come, click that little bell sign and it'll notify you, and then you'll get the latest and greatest every time.